Hello guys and girls, Mini Slayer 2010 back again with another Grand Theft Auto 5 tutorial. And as you can see on the screen, we're going to be converting this 2014 Chevrolet Tahoe made by Officer Underwood. We're going to be converting this to accept reflective textures. We're going to be doing the front wings, the doors, the rear quarters and the Trunklid face. So without further ado, let us crack on. So we'll close that down. We have opened up Z Modeler 3. Now I'll be taking you through it click by click, step by step, so it could go on for a good half hour or so maybe. My mouse buttons are as follows: left click should be red, right click should be blue. I have it just set up to 2 screens. Most of you guys have it set up for 4. Me personally, I just prefer the 2, but whatever your preference, that is fine. So what we're going to do, we're going to import the vehicle. I will mention just before I start that if my Z modeler does also start to auto save, I will pause the video because mine takes ages to save for some reason and I don't know why. So we will left click file, left click merge. Now we have already opened up the 2014 Tahoe PPV, or Police Pursuit Vehicle model. We will click, I'll just show you where it is. There it is, 14 Tahoe PPV. I won't do that because that's one I done a couple of weeks ago. Model 102, let it load up. Left click all, left click merge. As you can see, there's just dummies. We click the LO, which is the level of detail, and there we are. Now we want to copy just the body on its own, so we will open it up here. We will left click Sheriff to high, go all the way to the bottom, hold your left shift key, left click chassis to highlight all of them, then left click to check, left click again to unhighlight them. Now we want the boot, the doors and the body shell. I am suffering with a cold and a chest infection, so you will have to excuse me if I do start coughing and spluttering. This is the parts that are going to be reflective. Now when this vehicle is done, or when you have done your vehicle, you can put multiple skins on it, although I would recommend not putting on the reflective texture anyway. I would recommend not putting unit numbers. I will put them on the base texture. So we're going to get rid of the things we don't need and just keep the parts we do. So we want to quad R, create, copy, right click and hold, drag the box across, and hopefully this should work this time. No, it hasn't. Why hasn't it worked? Ah, there you go. I'll click on the body. You don't usually have to click on the body, you usually have to click outside the box, but there we are. We have our copies, so we can close out the originals just by a quick double click. There you go. So we will left click down to the bottom, hold shift, left click, or left click and hold, and using the mouse wheel we'll drag these all the way up to the top above the sheriff. Here we go. Then we will close this as we don't need it. Excuse me. So we will highlight all these again and we will dismiss like that. Then we will get rid of the parts we don't need. Now I'm holding Control key just to highlight the ones we don't want. You do need to keep at least one part, otherwise it just won't work. So we can now left click, edit, delete. we're going to go up here into perspective, which is just basically a 3D, but to move around in perspective mode you do have to hold down left alt. Them front wings actually look quite good because there's nothing there, and so do the rear ones. So right, we'll start on the body shell, so we'll get rid of the dummy, or we'll close off the dummies, and we'll close all these down so they disappear, leaving just the body shell. Now we're going to go modify, just so it's out of copy, so you don't end up making loads of copies. Separated, Polygon Mode. I'll go back to quad arm, unselect all that. So that's, hold down left control and your right mouse key to deselect everything. So we'll just go back to there. Now I should be able to click on any one of these polygons and it should light them all up, just like that. Pardon me. Now we want to we don't want anything, any of these to be illuminated, just these down here. So we also need that. Zoom in. There are the odd ones that you do really have to zoom in for as far as you can to highlight them. Make sure all your polygons are in orange. Now I'm going to go to quad R, hold down left control and drag the mouse cursor across there. So just these are now highlighted. We're going to turn the model around. And we're going to do the same on this side. Oh no, sorry, back in selected mode. We'll right click, hold down left control, oh sorry, hold down left control in quad R. I'm going to deselect that. Back to separated mode, right click and right click. Now only the parts we want are highlighted, but what we have to do is get rid of the parts we don't want, which are not highlighted. So easiest way to do that, go to invert, over any of the parts that are highlighted, right click once, and there you go. Now you can just press delete on your keyboard and there they are gone. Now what we have to do excuse me, is sorry, quad R, modify, detach, just highlight one side, press anywhere hopefully outside of the highlighted part. Nope, we'll have to click on the highlighted parts. There you go, because reasons. So now we've got two, we've got the right side and the left side. So I'll just call this body shell underscore L, just so we don't get confused. So now we can deselect that. We can close that down because that's done. So now we open a door. So same again, polygon mode, separated. Right, all these still seem to be highlighted, so we're going to have to unhighlight them. So separated, right click, it will illuminate the whole door. So quad R, hold down right control, drag the box, actually I might take it down to that line, that'd be neater. So I'm going to zoom in, just get rid of the polygons we don't want. No, actually, sorry, I will include them. Yes, I'll do it up to there, like that. make it look better. Just gives you the opportunity to go up the door slightly. So again, we'll get rid of the parts we don't want. So invert, right click, delete on your keyboard. There you go. Let's get rid of any parts that may still be lingering. So quad R, just to highlight them. Delete on the keyboard. There you go. So now you're just left with the outer skin of the door. No door trim because I take it off because it doesn't work very well. So that's that door done. Now for the other door. So back in Polygon mode. Same thing again. Separated, right click. Let's get rid of the parts we don't need. So quad R, left control, right mouse key. Drag the box across. There you go. There. We'll just re-highlight them three, just for neatness. Invert, right click, delete on the keyboard. Let's check, see if anything's lurking behind. Yes, there is. So quad R, highlight, delete on the keyboard, and there we go, saving. Welcome back, guys. We were just saving there, so I had to pause the video. So yeah, again, we're just left with the outer skin of the door. So we do this same thing again on the rear door. So Polygon mode, left click to bring up the polygons, right control, right mouse and hold to deselect them all, separated mode, right click, quad R, separated mode, right click and hold with the right control key up to there, and up to, oh no, it was up to there, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry. Invert, right click, delete on your keyboard. Have a quick check. Nope, got away with it. Okay, that time. Then we close that one down, open this door. Anytime you see me deselecting, it's always hold the right control key and the right mouse key and drag the box across, but drag it from top right to bottom left. And that's the phone. It's only the wife, I'll just ignore it. So polygon mode, left click separated, right click on any one of the polygons, it doesn't really matter. We'll go with that one, just because we can. So again, left control, right mouse key, click invert, delete on the keyboard. Let's see if we got away with that. Yes, we did. And lastly, the boot, or the trunk, as you guys call it. I don't know why we call it a boot, to be honest. We should probably call it a trunk, because you put stuff in it. You don't put your feet in it, unless you're weird that way and you're cutting up bodies, and then I suppose you could call it a boot if you're cutting up bodies and putting people's feet in there. But so polygon mode, left click. No, polygon mode, left click, and there's the phone. Excuse me. Sorry about that, guys. So we're in polygon mode, separated. We're going to right click, invert, right click again, delete on the keyboard. Let's see if we've got away with it. Yes, we have got away with that. So there you go. That's all the parts that are going to be reflective. Let's just unhighlight them all. Again, wow. Well, it seems everyone wants to phone me today while I'm doing a tutorial on my day off. So let's see if we can get this done. Where are we? Yeah, we've got all the parts there that we need to highlight that are going to be reflective. So now what we need to do is go into our materials browser, create new material. I always call it reflective texture. And we're going to adapt it. I go up here, left click, GTAV obviously, vehicle generic, vehicle decal, and it'll start to shine. Bing! Then we'll left click and hold, and we'll drag it all the way to the top. Or just like that, as Tommy Cooper used to say. Now here's the fun part. Right click and hold, highlight, mapping, edit UV, channel 2, press OK. Now reflective texture, left click and hold, drag it into scene selection. You may have to do this twice. Bing! There you go, there's that gone. Now as you can see, it's completely changed. Now what will happen when we put a texture on there is it'll all disappear apart from the texture we put up. So in paint.net I've got the template set up already. We are at 4096 by 4096, so we're going to add a new layer and we will just try it out really quick, and we will just put the word police, big letters, yes. So police, maybe not that big. Police. And just for the fun of it, we'll change it up a little bit. So we'll change it up again to bright pink. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now this is how you make a reflective texture actually. So this is, and there's a knock on the door. Sorry about that, guys. There was a knock on the door I had to answer. Where are we? Yes, right. We're doing our reflective texture. So being a reflective texture, it does have to go on a clear background. So it will just be like that when you load it in. We'll just put 11 there. And we'll do it in a brighter colour actually so we can see it. 11 there and 22 there, just so you can see. Finish that. We'll delete the bottom layer, so the template. Save as. Now you can either save it as a PNG image or a DDS image. I'm going to save it as a DDS. So save. Flatten. Yes, you want to flatten it because you want to merge the two layers down. So they'll come out of that. We will click on this. This is our reflective texture, if you remember. Then we'll go here, layer input, detail. We'll click on that and we'll have to import it. So I'll just have to find it again. Dev cars, templates, 4K, no trim. There it is. This is the actual texture I will be putting on it at a later date, but this is just for the tutorial. So there it is. As you can see, it has now disappeared. and that is what will reflect. Only the letters and the numbers will reflect. So what we are now going to do is we'll close. No, we'll open that. We'll deselect it all. We'll close these down. We'll take off the body shell left. We will go from the front. We will highlight that, so it's right click and drag the box over to highlight it. We will then look through our main vehicle for the body shell. There it is. As you can see, we've now got two separate parts. So we're going to be doing this part and this part. Now what we need to do is modify, move, and we only need to move it on the X axis, which enables us to move it left or right as we see it. So we're just going to move it left slightly, just like that. Now as you can see, the texture there has disappeared since I've moved it back in. So now you can see it. Now move it, step it out slightly. That's really all you need. So we will then close that down, it'll disappear. Now we'll get the left side. Open this up again. Do exactly the same thing. Step it out slightly. Now what we're going to do is close that, and we're going to open that. And we're now going to attach these two parts together. So modify, attach, left click, you'll see the arrow, left click. So now we've got the body shell, so now we can close that. We can open that, and we can do, is that the rear door? Yeah, that's the rear door. Once you've used your attach, you do have to go back and select quad R again, and you move, highlight. We can body shell. What door are we? Door passenger side rear. So passenger side rear. Same thing again. Step it out slightly. Now what I am going to do, because I don't like it, is I'm going to remove the trim from the door. So select, separate, perspective. I don't like the trim on the doors, so I'm going to get rid of that. Separated. Delete. Hopefully that should all be gone. Yep, that's all gone. It's as quick as that. So front. So that's that door done. Door passenger side front. Again, just very quickly, I will very quickly, I'm gonna just get rid of the door trim. Delete. Front. Door passenger side front. So we'll, still in Polygon Mode, sorry. So we'll highlight that. Passenger side front. And move this out slightly. It doesn't have to come up really far, just enough so it appears. So door passenger side rear. Again, very quickly I will get rid of the door trim. door, passenger side, rear, yeah. Passenger side, this is passenger side rear. No, driver side rear, sorry. Driver side rear. Idiot. If I am going too quick for you guys, then you know, feel free to pause it. Work at your own pace. What was that I've just done? Was it passenger side front? Was it? Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? Driver side front, I mean. So, driver side front. Select. Nope. Deselect because I don't want the dummy. There you go. No select. Driver side front. There's that. I think they're all done, aren't they? Nope, we got to do the driver side rear. So, driver side rear. This is what you have to do with the whole body, by the way. Oh, must have done that. Oh well. Oh yeah, because of I've closed them all down, so okay. Yeah, so now we're gonna do the boot lid, or the trunk. So the trunk, close all them down. Now for the trunk I'm gonna go in the left view. Boot, there it is. Right, now there's all that done. So now what I like to do is I'm going to close that down, open up all of these so everything appears. I'll fit it into the view. I'll fit it into the view. Now I'm going to right click and hold and highlight the entire vehicle. I'm going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dummies. Okay. So, oh no, sorry, I don't need to make dummies. Sorry, my bad. Because they're already in dummies. I'm going to highlight the entire vehicle, create, copy, because this is just the way I am, I'm going to make 3 copies of each item or each panel. You know, you don't have to make copies, you can make 2 copies, but I like to make and there's the phone again. Wow, the one day I need some peace and everyone wants to phone me and visit. Yeah, I'm going to make another copy because that's just how I am. I'm going to convert these to dummies. I'm going to compound, sorry, not dummies. So we're going to unselect LO. I'm going to highlight the body shell, convert to compound, hit the padlock, press LO, left click and hold, drag it up, L1, left click and hold, drag it up, L2, left click and hold, drag it up, and as you can see that's now disappeared. Unselect L2, unselect the padlock, hit convert to compound. We're now doing door, passenger side rear, padlock, hello, left click and hold, L1, left click and hold and drag it up, L2, left click and hold and drag it up. It's the same process for all of this, so I'm going to burn through this really quickly, and you can skip to the end. Oh, not scratch. You can skip to the end, and we can pick it up after I've done the boot. L2, bit too quick for my own good sometimes. You also have to do this this process when you're creating ELS lights. It's levels of detail. It's how far you can see the detail, or how much of the detail you can see from a distance. So we're just finishing the trunk. L2, so we'll unselect L2, uncheck the padlock, and that's it. All these parts will be selected when you press LO, as you can see. I'm going to deselect them all. There they all are. Now we're going to go in. We'll start with the body shell. All we're going to do now is attach these parts to their respective parts on the model. So we need quad R, modify. Oh no, we don't need quad R, sorry. We need to attach. But what you might have to do first is what I've just done, which is press and hold the left control key, press and hold the right mouse button, and drag the box across to deselect everything. So we'll start at the top. So we need the body shell, so we'll have to highlight the body shell. So basically all we're doing is attaching, so we'll go from a front view, attach, we'll zoom in. Now as you can see I'm saving again for some reason. Right, welcome back from the autosave, which is really inconvenient and I don't know how to turn it off. So yep, we're going to attach. So as you can see we've got two different body shells, one stepped out slightly from the other. So we're going to select this, left click once, drag the arrow across, left click again to attach it. So once you've attached your body shell to your body shell, you can go up and you can now delete this because you don't need it, as you can see, because it's now part of the actual vehicle body shell. So door, passenger side rear, so we have to go up, door, passenger side rear, zoom right in, attach, you can delete that, door, passenger side front, attach, and you can delete that, and you do this for all of them. So door, driver side rear, that zooming out is just your mouse wheel, and zooming in is obviously your mouse wheel as well. Attach, we can delete that because we no longer need it. Attach, delete that because we no longer need it. To delete is just right click, edit, and obviously hit delete. So now doing the trunk lid, or the boot as we call it in England. From there I'll go to my left or right view, doesn't really matter. Oh, that's the window, it's down here. So boot and attach, and that is it. Your vehicle is now set up to accept reflective textures. I will show all. That is now set up for reflective textures. So as you can see, you can't see any of the other bodywork behind any of this. It's all clear. Now, providing you put your reflective texture on a clear background, like so, it will always be reflective. What I would do is, if you're doing a black and white background, I would do your base texture, then go back a couple of steps. In fact, I will do a separate, I won't go into that now, I'll do a separate tutorial on that for you. So what we're going to do is, I'm just going to save this as Sheriff 2. We'll export 14 Tahoe PPV. I'm going to save it as a new folder, so I'll go reflective. Go in there, we'll save it as Sheriff 2. It has to be the same name as what's on there. You have to export it, otherwise it won't export. We'll export, we'll wait, blah blah blah, 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 blah. There you go, all exported. So a little quick check up there, yeah, that's fine. Now we'll come out of that, we'll go, well, we need to import it, so because I haven't got it imported there, I've only got Sheriff and FBI 2. These are vehicles that I've already done to set up for reflectives. I will be releasing this pack. There's the Charger that I done last night. That's fully reflective. This is the Taurus that I done. I done that last night as well. All that is reflective. Now, it does have a unit number. I recommend not putting unit numbers on your reflective texture. That way you can import multiple liveries with separate unit numbers on them. You're fine to put your unit numbers on the roof and on the base texture, but I would not put them on the reflective texture. Only what you want to light up should be on there. So on this, as you can see, it does have a unit number, but only this, the doors and the rear quarter, only they reflect the delivery. The actual unit number doesn't reflect, and the same again on the trunk lid, only this stripe and the word Sheriff reflects, and again the same on the side there. I do have to do some dummy work on the Legacy because you can see the lights flashing underneath, so I have to move the dummies up. I was just being lazy. So we're going to import. This is the path that I use. Mods, update, times 64, DLC packs, latest patch date, which is patch day 20, DLC RPF, yeah, DLC RPF, times 64, levels, GTA 5, vehicles. Make sure you're in edit mode. Now I have a backup of the complete game and also the original vehicles, so I'm going to import, which is going to save me a bit of time. Grand Theft Auto 5 mods, where is it? Original vehicles, original cars. This is, so I need Sheriff 2. There it is. So I'm going to import them. There they are. Now I'm just going to swap them, replace. It can be a bit of a faff doing this sometimes, but Tahoe reflective, Sheriff 2. I also replaced the Sheriff 2 high with the same model. Sheriff 2. I wonder, do these have? Oh, here's the YTD, which is FBI 2, but that's fine because we're just replacing that. Now, as you can see, when it wakes up, there's nothing there because we have to import the reflective texture. So, texture dictionary, import, Tahoe templates, 4K, no trim. I will rename that to reflective texture. There you go. The reflective texture is in. It's a bit naff, but it's in. Hopefully this will have worked. I don't see why it shouldn't, but you never know. And it hasn't. Why hasn't that worked? Why hasn't that worked? Why hasn't that worked? Why? It should have. Right, give me a sec. Reflective, chef 2. Yes. I mean, you can see the textures there. They are there. Reflective texture is there. Let me just I'll export that again just to make sure. But then again, it is the 13th and I am unlucky, so 6997. So replace Tahoe PPV reflective Sheriff 2. Replace reflective Sheriff 2. No. Right. Why hasn't that worked? Why? Why hasn't that worked? Uno momento. And we're saving the game for no reason at all. Sorry about that, guys. That was my fault. I've actually saved it as Tahoe Sign 1, which is this template, and I should have saved it as reflective texture. So I will replace that with that. And hopefully now when I export it, it should work. Let's see. Yep, reflective texture.dds. Now hopefully when I re-export it now, it should work, but I'm a complete idiot and that is my fault, so I do apologise. Tahoe Sign 1 is actually this template that you can see underneath the green. So we will try that again. So replace Sheriff 2. Replace Sheriff 2. Well, this is probably where it hasn't worked. Ah, yes, see, there you go. It's worked. So that was my fault, guys. But what I'm now actually going to do is put the proper texture on that I want on it. Now, for some reason, I don't know why. It's probably because you can get the Chevrolet badge with the thin blue line through it. That is a different texture altogether, so I will do that in due course. But this actual model that you can see will be released with the pack. Yep. Right, let me just now I'll go straight back to my new layer, because we're going to do the proper layer that is going on this vehicle. Did that have its own license plate? Did it? Come on. Yes it did, so I don't need to put a license plate in. What I am going to do templates 4K no trim, open. Right, now this is the texture for my Tahoe. You see, ba-boom, there it goes, there it is, it's on. Now, in order to do your reflective, I don't have to change anything on that at all. I just have to save it twice and name it 2 different things. So I'm going to delete that. I don't really need to do that because it's already there, but file, save as a direct draw surface, Tahoe sign 1, save, flatten, yes. Now anything that I don't want to reflect, obviously I don't want the license plates to reflect, so I'm going to delete them. In fact, I can just draw a square over there and press delete. So delete them, save as, reflective texture, yes, I want to replace it. Okay. Don't know what's going on there. So texture dictionary. RST Tahoe sign 1. Where's it? There it is. So replace. Tahoe sign 1. There it is. Where is it? Reflective texture. There it is. So we're going to be changing all this to the same sheriff, which is the reflective texture, which is everything without the license plates. We'll save eventually. There you go. And there it is. As you can see, the Chevrolet badges, there's something totally different, but I'll deal with that when I've done the pack. I do actually think, yes I have, I do have it, Tahoe generic, so I might as well change that now while I'm here. I've already done it because I've used this vehicle before. There it is, Tahoe generic, replace, Tahoe generic. Come on. Oh, what there it is. There's my Chevrolet badge. Z-T-T-D-D. Yep. I might straighten that out, actually, but that's for another day. So, yes, I am now going to see you in game. I will pause the video and I will come back to you when the game has loaded. Welcome back, guys and girls. As you can see, we are now in game in our vehicle. I will show you how.
Hey, where you calling me from?
I'll show you how they reflect.
Oh shit! Can't be real.
Just need to spawn another car. Oh, it hasn't got lights on it, but it will be set up for ELS. This vehicle will be part of the pack that I will be releasing shortly, with the next day or so. So I just need to spawn another vehicle. Let's go with that one. Where? Where's it spawned? Where? Absolutely where? There it is. As you can see, this vehicle is also part of the pack. So what I'm going to do is park up behind it at a slight angle. Now this is just to show off the reflective textures. Don't get me wrong, you're not going to be able to see these things from absolute miles away.
Looking good, honey.
Thank you. We get a flashlight, and there you go, reflecting. Same on the trunk lid. Reflecting. As you can see, the stripe on the bumper doesn't reflect. That's because I never done the bumper. But yeah, there you go. That's it, guys. So if this tutorial helped, then leave a thumbs up. If you would also like to donate to the cause to help me get some better equipment, then you know,
Out here doing my thing. Why, what's up?
they're not required, but they are
Man, stop playing.
very, very
That shit
greatly
ain't funny,
appreciated.
fam.
I will leave a link in the description on how to do that.
You sure it's that spot on Whoopi
And
Woo?
yeah, have a look out for this pack on LSPDFR within the next day or so. Thank you for watching, guys and girls, and I will bid you farewell. Good night. Bye bye.